Two and one. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the Real Estate Marketing Dude podcast. Folks, what we're talking about today is brand, because that's all that matters in this business, especially going forward. What the fuck does it mean, though, is the question. What is a brand? How do you build a brand? And how does it even work? In other words, your brand is what people remember about you. It's what gets them to pick up the phone and call you. It's what gets them to think when they associate real estate or loans or something in their brain and then your name pops up. That's brand. What we're going to be chatting about today is just that. And we have an entrepreneur this chick is a freaking beast. She was on Shark Tank. If you guys remember the Scrub Daddy episode, she's on Shark Tank. This is before she got into the real estate business. And she created a line called Shimmy. And with Shimmy, unfortunately, she didn't get an investment, but what she did learn from that experience is the importance of brand, especially in a retail setting, right? It's extremely important. You see, folks, regardless of what business we're in, brand is everything. And brand is what gets people to pick up the phone and fucking call you at the end of the day. That's what we're talking about today. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and introduce our guest, Miss Shelton Wilder. What's up, Shelton? And how are you? And tell our guests a little bit about who you are and where the fuck you come from.
Okay. Thank you for having me on. This is so great. And yes, I'm Shelton Wilder. I live in Los Angeles and actually in Brentwood, but I'm from North Carolina. I've been here 14 years. And yeah, so I have my own real estate team called the Shelton Wilder Group, and we're with Compass. And yeah, it's been a great ride. I want to tell you all about it.
How long did you start selling real estate? And when did you make the switch from clothing line to real estate agent? And I want to get through that first.
Yeah, from slinging slips to slinging houses. So
yeah, right.
That was my Shimmy, was the little slip line I had. So I actually got my license only 5 years ago in September. So just had that recently. So in my fourth full year right now. And yeah, I love it. Was a great transition to go from that. And I also was a fashion stylist before. So I always say that this was a great way to get me ready, because I used to see people naked, really intimate, and now I see their finances and their home. So it's really similar. Yeah, I would say it's, super intimate business.
Totally. Yeah, well, folks, did you hear what she just said? The writing's on the wall. She's been doing this for 5 years and she's doing 7 figures. So there's something going on here. It's not like it's just sort of coincidentally happens. It always, it doesn't actually cease to amaze me when you see different people doing different things. But in every case, it's because the person that is doing these amazing things is putting themselves in the room. They're putting themselves in the situation, and they're not scared to scream their name and what they do from the rooftops. So people aren't going to just come to you guys. You guys got to go out there and get it. And you could still do that in the United States of America. Regardless of what the fuck you want to do, there's always an opportunity for you. It's just a matter of whether or not you're going to take advantage of it. So let's go into this. You started in real estate. What's been the key to success? Like, not too many people are doing these numbers that you're doing, and 87% of newly licensed agents fail after 5 years. Why did you succeed?
I would like to say that I succeeded because of everything that you're saying right now, that I just put myself out there. I created a brand, and I really, really doubled down in video and social media. That's a big, big part. And I love to tell everybody the story that my husband was always like, he's an attorney. He's like, oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing. You're the biggest self-promoter I've ever met. And I was like, well, who the hell else is going to do it? You're not doing, nobody's doing it. You have to do it. So, and then I had to really, and I also had to change, like, I didn't want people to think, and I'm a mom too. I got my license in my second trimester with my second son. So, I mean, I was like a full-on mom. I mean, I was pregnant. So, and I closed my first deal in the hospital with having him. So, I mean, I'm very dedicated, walk through with an 8-day-old baby, so I'm just saying, I needed to make sure that my perception was of the way people saw me is that I was definitely doing it every single day, real estate. So that's why social media was so important. And I was posting about it every day. And I stopped talking about slips. I stopped talking about styling. And I just talked about real estate and my family, of course. So yeah, that's a big, big thing for me. And then I just told people what I was doing, but not in an aggressive way. I'm still Southern, but just letting people know through social, like, oh, this is what she does. And she's still doing it every day. So
I would bet, I haven't seen any of your content, but my guess, tell me if I'm wrong or not, if this is accurate. my guess is that you do a lot of content that's just raw, authentic, real, like whether it's you with no makeup on or whether it's you with your kids looking like totally unprofessional. Is that accurate?
So I do, like, my videos are all non-scripted. It's just one take wonder. Like, I'm way better, just off the cuff. But yeah, my first videos I was just filming myself, but I do a lot of stories with my kids, like mommy monster, like just running around and like
Yeah.
funny stuff. And then yeah, I'm just, showing different content all around town and just whatever I'm doing. Yeah.
How
It's a
much of the content you're creating, like just sort of the off the wall shit, actually is about real estate?
a lot. I do a lot about real estate, but then the stories are more about family and like what I'm up to.
Gotcha.
So it's I would say it's kind of half on the stories, but on the videos, they're called Wilder Wednesdays, and they're supposed to be mostly about real estate, but then sometimes I'll talk about Earth Day or giving back. I do a lot of giving back, and we film that, like giving pizzas to the fire people, the firefighters, and doing charity thing. It's all things like that. Yeah.
I like the brand, like the way her tagline is for wherever you guys are listening on this. If you're watching this on YouTube, her tagline for her brand is the wilder ways of real estate. And right off the bat, is your whole team women?
We have one guy. We have one guy. Yeah, we just introduced him. I had to get a little diversity going on. It's
Sure.
like all blonde ladies, and I was like, okay.
Well, it's extremely marketable though. Like
Yeah.
the wilder ways of real estate. If you guys aren't watching this, Shelton's a very good looking woman. And like, she's like, like it's going to make good television. And I believe your team is all like blondes, like they're all good looking people. Right. And,
Well,
but they're raw. I think it's like authentic. It's not like this. I've been in the business for 55 years, blah, 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 blah. No one gives a shit.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We're and the other thing too that we're doing a lot of that's been really, really fun is we have been doing a lot of these fun videos together. Like we just did a League of Their Own, like we're taking like old
Love it.
movies and turning them
Yeah.
into stuff. Like next week we're filming, Winter is Coming, like a whole thing.
That's great.
Game of Thrones. So we're doing fun stuff like that always, and just not taking ourselves seriously, like you said. Like we're not like we have this and this is our stats and this is, it's just like, okay, do you want to work with us?
Yeah.
You
Here's
know?
how I roll. You like me
Yeah.
or not. And if not, beat a geek.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We really, yeah, that's kind of our thing. And we're just really kind. And I brought, like I said, say like Southern California charm kind of thing, like still keeping some of that going on. That's
Very,
how we
very
roll.
cool. I'm curious to know about the video content. Let's get into more of the deets. Um, how often are you posting? You just mentioned you're doing some production quality, but you're also doing stories. You're also doing Facebook Lives, I imagine. You're doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But I want you to share the importance of how consistent are you in publishing, and then how important is that in like your day to day, and then walk everyone through sort of why that matters.
Okay.
Because like, what if you just post, like, here's the biggest thing that most realtors get. I'm going to make a post and I don't want to post too much because I'm going to be so annoying. Folks, there's an algorithm on social media. Like in Facebook, only about like 18% of your people are seeing your shit. So no, they're not all seeing it, and no, you're not being annoying. And the only time you are being annoying was when you're being annoying. So quit being annoying, quit talking about content that no one cares about that falls on deaf ears.
Yeah.
So I like to know your consistency schedule and how you're doing it and how you're managing it.
Okay. So that is the biggest key to success. I feel like in January 2017, when I did this little video with my ring light that I'd got for Christmas from my husband, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, hi, I'm Shelton Wilder. Welcome back to, I wanted to tell you about Wilder Wednesdays. It was just this little video, but I said out loud to my friends on Facebook and Instagram that I was going to do a weekly video for that year. And I have done that weekly video since that date. So now it's going on almost 4 years. And that's been incredible because, I have to come up with content every week. And it started with me just filming it myself. Now I have Grant that does my videos. I've had different video people through the years. And then you can film 4 to 6 at one time also, so you don't have to be like, each week, and it doesn't have to be perfect quality. It just has to be you. People want to hear your voice. They want to see your face. They want to see if they react to you, because you're going to be talking to them every single day in real estate or loans or whatever we're talking about here. So don't you think they want to know what you sound like, how you act, how you're gonna, I mean, they just want to see videos. So that
Folks,
was, I think, my biggest thing. And that's, we've grown, my Instagram is almost to 29,000 followers. And so that's been a big, I mean, that's one of the reasons I think it was growing, because I have a lot of realtors that are on my page and they're like, oh, what is she up to? You know, and I love
sure.
that. Like, we're all, it's a
Yep.
big community. So
And I like how you themed it, like Wilder Wednesdays is
love
like,
Wednesdays. Yeah.
we like creating shows for that reason, is because when you do, it keeps you consistent. It forces you to tell your story and it holds you accountable. And look, like she's looking at this, you guys, as like, she's creating media around her brand, and it's her obligation now to do it on a weekly basis, because she went out on Facebook and made herself accountable by saying that, right? And
Yep.
like, hey, I'm going to go out and create a video every week, and if I don't, then don't. It's no differently than if you're going to have your family hold you accountable for diet or losing weight, right?
Yeah. Well,
Hey, I'm going to lose weight. Don't let me eat these Twinkies. If you do and you see me eating Twinkies, you better call me out. That's basically what we're saying here, and that holds you accountable, right?
yeah. And also, my other tip, because you know, I have that course, The Wilder Ways of Real Estate Out. But the thing is that I tell people is, it's not, I just need you to know, because maybe some people can't see me. I am not a narcissist. I don't like go and watch my videos and like, oh my God, this is so great. I crushed it. I just do it, post and ghost. I'm like, oh, I don't even want, I just have to get it done. Just like you said, I have to
Yeah.
hold myself accountable. And then also my other tip is kind of don't listen to your family, because I have 5 siblings and it's like survival of the fittest. They crush me. Okay. They are like, what are you doing? You're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. Who do
Ooh,
you
that's
think you
good.
are? You know, my siblings. And then I was just like, nope, earmuffs. Like, I don't care what you say.
Your husband told you the same thing, right?
Yeah, I'm going to build my business. I mean, now he's like, oh, do you need me on there? Like, he
Yeah.
knows.
He's like, hey, well, he's looking at your bank account and he's like,
Yeah.
hey, honey, this is nice. Like, hey, keep on shooting, all good. Like, no
He's like,
problem here.
oh, do you need me? Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
Oh, you're gonna go shoot another video? Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I'll watch the kids.
he's all in. He's all in, because it works.
great.
But at first, people are like, oh my gosh. So just do it. Just get like an accountability buddy, whatever it's going to take, and don't listen to the annoying noise. Just do it. I mean,
That's a good point, is because
yeah,
whatever reason, and social media is part of the reason for this, is that we think so much about what other people think about us, and you guys have to just let that go. Like, you're not meant to resonate with every person. You're not God. Don't ever try to be. It's not going to work, guys, period. All right. That means, like, I always tell people, if your videos don't piss one person off, or if one person in your videos doesn't say that person's a douchebag, a dick, or I don't like them, you're not doing it right. Would you agree? Like, you're
Yes.
going to attract your own tribe naturally. Here's what doesn't work on video. Let's pretend I'm Ben Stein from the Dry Eyes commercial. Hello, welcome to another episode of Wilder Wednesdays. Today we're going to get really wild. Just from the monotone tone alone, right? Like, it's communication, folks. What we're saying is video is not lead generation. It's branding and conversion, because it's not a lead generation strategy. It's a communication strategy that has more impact than any other that exists in the nation.
Yeah.
Video is more impactful than text. Text is more impactful than email.
Yeah.
Nothing is more impactful than face-to-face, especially in a COVID world. Like, me and you are face-to-face right now. If me and you are like doing this podcast and I don't see you, it's a different show. Fair?
Totally. 100%.
Like, you're watching my body language, I'm watching your body language, we're driving back and forth. That's video, guys. See, video just is the most impactful way to communicate. And once you start doing that consistently, people take notice of what the fuck you do. And 10 to 15% of people who see your content will be moving this year.
Oh,
100% of people who see your content have a referral for you, because everybody knows someone who moves. It's a very highly emotional and conversational topic. That's why it's so damn referable.
mm-hmm. For
So,
sure. Yeah.
folks, don't overthink this stuff.
Yeah,
You just have to do it consistently. And I love that you said all of your closest friends are like, and this is where 99% of people drop off. The second your husband, your significant other, your best friend, your aunt, your uncle, and then Grandma Susie, who just got her first Facebook account for the very first time, all are telling you look like a fucking idiot, but you say, shut up, I'm going to stay the course and move forward. Congratulations for you. That's what it takes, folks.
Yeah, that was
Exactly
probably
what
the
it
biggest
takes.
thing. And that's what I'll tell you, Mike, too, is that why I think that we've been so successful as a team during COVID is because our strategy's been online. It's been online the whole time. Like, it's not door knocking. It's not just open houses. And that's how we've been consistently getting referrals and listings and everything is
Best
because,
real estate market ever.
yeah, yeah.
This is
That's
probably
yeah.
better than '07,
Oh, it's,
'06, like the amount of transactions. You know, I just don't see as big of a crash following up beyond it.
no,
Um,
it's not.
as we experience. But yeah, you're right. I doubled my ad spend on COVID. I'm like, fuck, everyone's gonna be on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Like I'm upping my ad spend and it's paying off now. And that's the thing with content creation and brand, you guys, is that it always comes to you, just not right away.
Yeah.
And the reason why so many people have so much problem, I think, building one is because we need instant gratification.
Yes.
And we're all like, oh, I'm just going to go to Zillow. Great. Well, they're trying to take you out of business right now because you just fucking fed them for the last 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
The writing's been on the wall. They're turning to brokerage, Zillow, iBuyers, every market. They're coming after your commissions, and commissions compression is real, and justifiably so. They should. But we have to adapt to that. That's called competition. It's called capitalism, guys. We have to adapt. There's a lot of ways to adapt. I believe the only way to adapt to iBuyers, Zillow, flat fee brokerages, rebate is through brand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because people will always make the largest financial investment with someone they know, like, trust, and love.
That's you're totally true. That's it. Yeah.
So let's go through how are you involving the team in the videos? Are all the women like getting in on them now? And
Oh yeah. Oh,
talk to us about that, because a lot of times teams, we see a lot with our clients, teams have a hard buy-in. So we usually start off creating video content for the team leader. And what happens every single time is that the team leader, then the team members see her or him on camera with hundreds of comments and like, oh, I want to do it first.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I want to do it next. So how are you incorporating your team into your video strategy and really squeezing the most out of it?
Yeah, well, I really feel like we're a family. I mean, it's really, really important to me. And it's not like we're just trying to get everybody in. It's just building really slowly and smartly. I'm trying to do that way. And yeah, they're all involved. So we just did the League of Their Own, and we're all wearing the outfits, and there's no crying in real estate. You know, we have the one guy
What
on
was
the
it called?
team.
The Peaches or something?
Yeah, 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 exactly. Exactly.
I remember that movie.
So that was so fun. And then, yeah, I mean, we just been doing different things, and yeah, they're always involved.
So let's analyze that video. It's really smart that you guys did, because if you guys haven't seen A League of Their Own, like when they come out in the 90s or something.
Yeah, with Gina
Right.
Davis and
Yeah. It's about when World War II happened, or whatever war it was, all the men went to fight, and then the women started the baseball league, and they're playing in place of the major league, because back then, you know, the athletes got drafted.
Yeah.
Right. So they weren't playing, they're out fighting the war, and then women picked up the baseball team. But it's a women's show. It's a women's story, which makes a lot of sense for Wilder women to create that.
Wilder women. Yeah. That's
right.
It was just fun, and just kind of talking about like we're in a league of our own. And yeah. And I feel like with these kind of fun videos that we're starting to make. And the other one that we did that was so funny is that 2 blocks from me, the Golden Girls, that was my favorite show. The Golden Girls house.
Oh, really?
Sold. And we straight up, I ordered all the wigs for us. I had the whole thing. We just went in front of the house. That the listing agent said it was fine. And we just acted like we were playing out the Golden Girls. And like old lady dressed up, and we're like, you know, thank you for being a friend, and thank you for, you know, always being there for us. And we're always thanking our clients and everyone. And, you know, we're really big into gifts. That's our thing, Mike, too. We love gifts. We always send them. We do referrals. It's thank you notes. That whole, you know, southernness is really different. Oh, and we always give gifts to the other agents on the other side, because I'm like an agent's agent. Like I want to be friends with all the agents. I want to do this until literally I'm Betty White, till I'm like 95. So, I mean, that's important to really be, you know, we're all in healthy competition together, but we're all trying to get the same thing, you know, like, and you want your buyer to be picked, you know, when there's a multiple offer situation, or you want to make sure that the person on the other side, when you have the listing, it's going to be a great transaction. So we're just that's like my big philosophy, is just really.
So look at, she mentioned important gift giving. I want to mention something on that in a second, but if you guys have noticed, everything she's doing is to serve.
Yeah.
None of this is sales. Do you buy business? Do you buy leads? I bet you don't have to.
So we only started doing it a little bit this year. Just started this year. And so far it's been with Zillow, and it's been successful, I would say, like, because you can actually track an ROI.
Yeah.
It's harder to track an ROI from all this branding, but I
Never
mean,
will.
but that's what I'm saying. But how will we ever be selling? It's either going to be between 50 and 60 million in my fourth year.
It's great.
Oh, I don't know how else. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't. And why would anybody want to be on the team? Or, why would they say, oh, we're gonna go with Shelton? I've only done it like 4 years, but like, and also I have a coach that I have, and she's like helps us run the business, and like super smart, run it like a business. 2 full-time assistants, and then the 3 people on the team. And so and then also Jessica, who you met, that's doing the social and also PR. That she has a new position on the team. So I run it really like a business. I mean, a lot of agent Mike, don't you think this is a lot of agents? This is my view of some. They're like, oh my God, we closed the commission. They're like this. Where are we going? Vacation. I'm like, oh, nope. Put it back in. Put it back in. It's like reinvest.
98% of the agents are salespeople's chasing checks. No doubt. Here's the thing that drives me nuts is that 80% of buyers forget their agent's name after 6 months. And in a referral book dominated business, there's no way that you're ever going to last. Right.
Well,
because most people just drop them. They don't stay in touch with them. Like they'll sell them a house and then they vanish. And the truth is if you're really running a business with this, it's not the sale. Like you don't make money on the one house you say, and that's so short-sighted. You make money on the third or fourth house they fucking buy from you, plus the 3 referrals they sent you over the course of the lifetime of the relationship. That's running a business. Yeah. Not running a business is chasing a bunch of leads until you're blue in the face and you eventually burn yourself out, and it's just going from month to month to month to month. Remember, 87% agents fail. It's a reason why. I think a lot of the gurus fuck it up, but they're taught to do the wrong things. Yeah. Like, I don't believe we're in sales anymore. Let's go back and talk about this ROI. You brought up on a good point. I get this question all the time. I create a piece of content just for this. Like, what the hell is the ROI in video? You'll never be able to track it, folks. Yes, I'll guarantee you'll never be able to track it, because here's what happens. You don't know which video got them to instantly associate your name with whatever you do for a living. Mm-hmm. In this case, real estate. It's a combination of them over time that do it. Mm-hmm. And like, I'll ask Shelton a really easy question. I already know her answer. So Shelton, let's just take the video content that you've created over the last 12 months, and let's remove all video content from Facebook and Instagram. Do you still produce 40 to 60 million a year?
No way.
I agree.
Not even close. No.
But can you attribute one video that outperformed this one or this one or this one or this one?
No. It's the combo. It's that I put out at least one video a week. At least one video a week. And then if there's listing videos, and that's more often. And then those are creative too. Like my son's in one, or the dogs of the people that own the house are in one, or just interesting, different videos that we're putting out always. Yeah. And the other thing, Mike, I want to say about the return clients, that's really, really big point. We have a calendar where we keep all of the closings of all of the homes, leases as well. Don't forget about leases. Okay.
Especially in your market, it's like a sale for most markets.
Yeah, for other. Yeah. So don't forget about leases. So, and we send home anniversary gifts every year. Home anniversary gifts. And then for holiday.
Home anniversary, I love that.
Home anniversary. And then holiday, we send out, and we had them created. And Jen on my team, she's genius. She's like marketing genius. We came up with these gingerbread homes because it's about homes, and we have them created from this small.
That's a great idea.
Like they're literally so beautiful.
Great idea.
They are huge. And we have the M&Ms with the SW. Everything is branded on the thing on it. Even it looks like the
did you give it for like kids to do at home? Like that's a great idea.
No, we bring them, and it looks like the biggest gift. I'm talking, they're like 24 by 24. They're huge.
So what if you just sent that as your Christmas gifts to all the families this year? I think that would crush.
That's what we do.
Oh, good. Yeah, I
ordered over we've ordered over 100. We have them all hand delivered. They're beautiful, and it's just something like as a thank you. That's like our.
It's unexpected, right? So here's what I don't get is like, this is a really good example. People always ask this question, like the groups like Lab Coats or Real Closers, and they're like, Well, I only have like $3,000. Which is the best way to spend this budget? Right? It's a common question you see real estate agents ask all the time. Um, and then you'll see some people come in and go, "Oh, you should go get Zillow. You should go get this." And I'm always like, "Dude, no. I would literally get my phone list. I'd pick
Yeah.
the top 100 people, and then I would send them. If I had $3,000, that means I would take 30 people and spend $100 on them each.
Yeah.
One of those people are going to send you a referral.
Yeah.
And if not, maybe not in the first week, but none of them are going to forget that you gifted them. And it will eventually come back because of the law of reciprocation. Again, it's how we're wired.
Yeah. I mean, we have these like cute little, we had these little Yeti cups that we sent.
Yep.
These are like $40. I am obsessed with these Yetis.
Yeah,
Like,
they're expensive. I got one here. Same thing.
yeah. See,
They're
they're
really
great.
expensive.
And people love them. And then we send like sugar peanut candies. We just send really thoughtful things that we think people are going to love. It's not usually branded. This was just new this year. And usually it's just some sort of like fun thing or like, I mean, it's just thinking of them. Or even if you, like you said, you could get your list and then you could set up 15, 30 coffees. Why don't you, or send a coffee card or send a handwritten note. I mean, a handwritten note, nobody does it anymore.
Yep.
So those are the ways that keep in contact. And I will say, like that first client that I had that I sold that house to, that was like 4.5 years ago or whatever. And then they're selling that, and then they have another property. So, and they still called me again. And it's
Yep.
just you stay in touch. You just stay in touch, and it's not just for that. She's like my friend. I mean, I like love these people that I work with. They become like family. So
You have to. I mean, every agent has the same processes in common. Like the top producers of every market, we've had a lot of them on the show. They
Yeah.
like folks, you guys are listening to the show. There's like no coincidence like that all these people are doing the same thing. Like it's not like they're running a business. They're not salespeople. Okay. They're running a business that involves sales, but they don't look at themselves as salespeople. Just
No.
like any business. If you guys were to open up a retail shop, what would you do? How would you market that brand? I know it's weird of thinking of yourself as a brand because most of you are individuals and you don't think of yourself as one. But the truth is that the people aren't hiring your broker, they're hiring you.
Yeah.
Therefore, you are the brand. So when you come up with something like a wilder ways of real estate, or you come up with a theme or an excuse to remind people what you do for a living, is because how you build a brand. Consistent communication to the same audience over time.
Yeah. And Mike, don't you think too, it's super important. That's why in the course we talk about creating a logo and really getting your like tagline. One of my taglines is open the door to wilder possibilities. So it's like wilder possibilities, and it's like opening the door.
100%. We
And
like to,
you gotta,
it's so
yeah.
important. I like to tag in. We always create a show with all of our clients that'll represent the brand. So it's like creating your own reality show.
Yeah.
This is perfect for you guys. And then, then you theme it and you come up with micro series from there, like Wild Out Wednesdays. It's fun. Right.
Yeah.
So 100%, you have to tie it all together, because once you figure out what your brand is, it's just how you communicate. In my sense, I'm a dude. I can say fuck, shit, bitch, whatever I want on the show because that's part of how I built my brand. But if I was the real estate marketing professional and I dropped those words, half of the audience would tune out.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I mean? Like it's just how we all communicate. Like I'm doing it in my business to do it on the show. You're doing it in your way, and everyone has one. That's the key. People are like, oh, I don't have any outs creativity. Well, that's why you call fucking real estate marketing, dude. And we'll figure that out for you. But at the same time, that's what everyone says. I don't have an ounce of creativity. I don't have an ounce of creativity. Listen, God made one of you. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And there's only one of you out there. You guys all have one fingerprint. So your brand is nothing more than how you communicate. It's always a spitting image of yourself.
Agree. Yeah.
Shelton, awesome show. Why don't you go ahead and take the floor here? Let's go ahead and tell everyone how they can reach you, how they can connect with you. Maybe they want to follow your social media accounts and see what the hell you're doing. And I believe you got a course out too. Go ahead and take the floor and we'll get this wrapped up.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for having me. This has been so great. I love, you are obviously amazing what you do, helping people build brands. And so if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Shelton Wilder Estates. And also my website is sheltonwilder.com. And I do have a course coming out, and I'll be relaunching in January. We're in the middle of it right now with my students, and that is the wilder ways of realestate.com. So
awesome.
lots of different ways to get together.
Cool. Keep doing what you're doing. We love it. Folks, follow her on social and just copy what she's doing. There's never a reason to recreate the wheel. Just find out what other people are doing that are having success and put your own spin on it. It's basically the rip off and deploy strategy. It's been working for the last 100 years and it will continue to work for the next 100. Promise you that. So,
Totally agree. You can do anything I have, just take it on, whatever. I just am excited for people to grow. And when I see people start doing videos, I'm like, yes, I'm always like the biggest fan because it's so, I just know how it's going to impact their business. So yeah.
Yeah, me too. And thank you for the lead in. That's exactly why you guys all need to call a real estate marketing dude, because we script, edit, and distribute your video content too, but not before we figure out what your reality show would be, how you would communicate, and train you on how to do this. Plus, we buy you all the equipment as well. And you won't find anyone in your market to do it cheaper than we can or better because we speak your language. I already have all the scripts and everything else you need. So quit trying to get more leads and start looking for more dudes. You know where to find us, realestatemarketingdude.com. Connect with us on social media. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you like the content you've seen here, subscribe to our weekly series. We appreciate each and every one of you for listening, and thank you for tuning in another episode. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.